How a strange additive in the sourdough jar exposed my husband's drug trade and the biological weapon culturing in our kitchen. My husband, Arthur, was a man consumed by the slow, rhythmic art of baking. During the lockdown, like many others, he became obsessed with sourdough, but for Arthur, it became a lifestyle. He treated his starter, a bubbling, beige mixture in a large glass jar he named the Mother, with more reverence than he showed his own family. He kept it in a dedicated, temperature-controlled proofing box and forbade anyone from feeding it, claiming the wild yeast balance was too delicate for amateur hands. 2 days ago, Arthur came down with a severe flu and was bedridden. The starter looked deflated and gray, so I decided to be helpful and feed it. I went to his baking supply cabinet, but the flour bin was empty. I searched the back shelves and found a small, unmarked canister hidden behind the vanilla extract. Inside wasn't flour, but a fine, glittering white powder that smelled faintly of ammonia. Assuming it was a specialized yeast nutrient, I added a scoop to the jar. The mixture didn't bubble. It hissed and turned a violent shade of violet. Arthur dragged himself into the kitchen, drawn by the noise. When he saw the violet foam, he collapsed against the counter, weeping. He confessed that the powder was a potent, experimental stimulant, a synthetic drug he had been manufacturing. He admitted he wasn't just a baker. He was using the sourdough delivery service as a front to distribute the drug to high-end clients, baking it directly into the crusts to bypass police detection. He begged for forgiveness, claiming he did it to pay off our debts. I was horrified that I had been eating illegal narcotics, but relieved he wasn't dying or cheating. I told him we would flush the mixture and turn ourselves in to get him help. As I reached for the jar to dump it into the sink, his eyes darted slightly to the left. The nervous tick. The tick wasn't guilt over drugs. It was containment protocol. The powder wasn't a stimulant. It was a catalyst for a dormant pathogen. Arthur wasn't a drug dealer. He was a bioterrorist. The Mother wasn't yeast. It was a living culture of a genetically modified plague. The violet reaction meant the culture had reached critical mass and was now airborne. The nervous tick revealed his calculation. He wasn't looking at me, but at the ventilation hood above the stove, realizing that by opening the jar, I had just pumped the lethal spores into the building's main air supply. And he was already holding his breath to survive the first wave.